Well, that just happened. How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here. Today we're going to talk about Miss Marvel Season 1, Episode 6, titled No Normal. Oh boy! So, how to put this? Department of Damage Control is the villains, apparently? Um, anyway. So Kamala comes back and decides to make a big announcement type thing of it, and, of the fact that she has powers and whatnot. She reveals it to her family, right? Uh, Turns out her mom told her dad, who has his phone on speaker, and so her brother and his wife also know. Um, and it's like, wow, rude. You should be letting her reveal her secret to others, not revealing it for her. Um, Nakia decides to FaceTime Kamala's brother instead of Kamala. I don't understand why. But so they answer the phone, and oh shit, turns out Bruno is missing, right? So as we know, Bruno and Kamran have been attacked by DODC. And the lady in who's leading the unit of DODC that's around is a possible psychopath that needs to be deleted out of existence, you know, as you do with psychopaths, because they're fucking psychopaths and they just need to be deleted. Definitely not taking that personally. Um no, I very much am. Living with one for almost 30 years fucking sucks. Anyway, so they go to a mosque, and Naka's like, "What the fuck are you doing? This is a mosque in the U.S. We're probably under surveillance by like," and she lists every like, by everyone's probably has this place under surveillance. I think like it's like, dude, traffic control has us under surveillance. Like it's just like it's just the level of ridiculous of like the names she spouts. Like, you know, because you know the U.S. is racist. You know, I'm a white dude with a tan, as you can see by my pale ass arm. Um, but like, even I gotta admit, the U.S. is fucking racist. Like, we suck here, right? But that's a topic for another day. Uh, on a different channel, not mine. Racism bad. It's the big dumb. But we've been over this. But like, you know, one of the many versions of the big dumb that people tend to have all of at once, because bigots be bigots. But that's not the point. Anyway, she yells at them. I was like, just go to the high school. No one's gonna be there on a Saturday. On a Saturday, you know, because like, who goes to school on a Saturday? Anyway, the ODC show up, and everyone, and she's like, and everyone just pulls out their IDs, right? Like, you know, asking for IDs, gotta check the identities and whatnot. Everyone just pulls out their IDs. They're all ready and waiting, right? They make a comment about, we have cookies. Well, it's like, we're gonna be here a while. Because the way her description of Kamran is, that could be anyone here, possibly Pakistani, possibly. Like, she's not even 100% sure. So it's like, that's literally everyone here. We're gonna be here a while. Luckily, we have cookies, right? She's giving like a glare over the cookies, and she's like, she'll love my cookies, right? When the sheikh is like, I don't think she likes your cookies. He's like, oh, she'll love them. Obviously, this is a conversation in Arabic, but like, I'm translating for the viewers' benefit, you know. Um, and they're like searching or breaking down the doors. So there's like a storage closet, right? And that's supposed to be where supposedly where Kamran and Bruno are. And when Psycho Lady decided like break it down, it's like, she's guys, just be gentle with him. and opens the door. He's like, "Look, if my mom found out I had a boyfriend, it was like an excuse, not really like I don't think they're actually legit dating, um, but it's like the perfect excuse. Don't tell my mom, kind of thing. Like she'd fucking riot. Like, and so they're like, move along. It's not him, obviously. This is a white dude. I think it was a white dude. It's a non-Pakistani person. That's at the end of the day. That's the move along. It's not a Pakistani person. It's obviously not Kamran. Anyway, they successfully make it out of the mosque, and they're like, and so the sheikh gives them gives them like a cap, like a basic, like a dad hat, like a dad cap. Puts the haram hat on Bruno, the white dude, and the halal hat on Kamran. And I'm just like, oh, that's ouch. Seeing that, I'm just like, ouch, dude, that hurts me. But also, yeah, yeah. It's just like, ouch, as a white dude, that hurts me. But also, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, obviously, it's not fair to Bruno because Bruno's actually a nice person and best friends with a bunch of, Pakistani people, and he's out there helping a third one. Well, he's best friends with two. And Bruno's very much like into the whole like culture of like their culture, right? Like we've seen it in the wedding where he just went all in and whatnot. But like, so it's not fair to Bruno. But as a generalization, yeah, yeah. Anyway, Kamala finds them and takes them to the school and whatnot, and then they all plan, right? The plan is Zoe, right? It gets this uber complicated, and at the end of it, she's like, the plan is Zoe. Because Zoe's a TikToker, right? She's a big TikToker, big name and whatnot, and all of this, you get that content creator, that content creator drip. She's got that big content creator drip going. So when DODC like busts through the school, she goes live on TikTok. It's like, the Department of Damage Control is after my friends. They've got powers, and and it just like it draws a crowd from like everyone in Jersey City, like everybody, like of all races. They're all like, "What the fuck is going on? What are you doing? These are kids." So, Psycho Lady's boss calls in. I'm not gonna say her name. I don't know what her name is. I don't care what her name is because she's a fucking psychopath. She doesn't deserve to be named. Anyway, Psycho Lady's boss calls in and he's like, fall back. This is bad press. Right? Like, they gotta look good for the people, right? Like, this is like hella bad press. Like, they're supposed to be there to help, not to, chase down kids. He's like, fall back. Psycho Lady's like, bring in everybody. Right? And they bust down the doors of the school. They see a speaker and think it's a bomb. It starts playing like Urdu music and shit. I love it. Anyway, Kamran shows up in a red hood and he's like, "Oh, this for me," and then disappears off without the red hood. But now everybody's wearing red hoods and they're all just going back and forth. It's like Kamran has multiplied. No, he hasn't, but like that's what they think. And they end up capturing Bruno, Kamala's brother, whose name I forget. I'm not gonna look it up. The show's over. I'll look it up for the movie. Since it's already been confirmed that The Marvels is gonna include Kamala and Carol Danvers. Anyway, all hell is breaking loose because Bruno's losing control, right? Oh, not Bruno. Kamran. He's losing control of his powers. And quite frankly, his emotions because he finds out his mom is dead. It's like grief and whatnot. They both make it outside after everyone's been captured and put in the back of a truck. Uh, where Kamran just completely loses control, right? He completely loses control of his powers and just starts you just see these crystal structures go out everywhere, right? And so Kamala creates a dome around the both of them, and she's like, "Dude, calm down." When he's like, "This is like we'll never fit in," and he's like, "Dude, your mother literally chose to save you instead, right?" Like she reveals his like her fight like Nashima's final like action was to save her son, was to choose her son over going home, over the newer dimension, all of this. She chose Kamran. You know, based parenting, choosing your kid. Now, of course, it before it she chose not based parenting, but that's no longer relative. Her final act as a clandestine was to give up her life for her son. Based. That is all that matters. Um, and so Kamala just punches the guard. There's like chaos outside before this, but like where Kamala's like, "Are you guys okay?" You know, after like a bunch of people are just like they're like the van they're in is like shredded and shit. And she's like, "Thank you, Miss Nightlight." He's like, "Not that name." It's just like, "Don't call me that," because again, Nightlight is on the same level as the Streak, the Hood, the Blur, and the Red and Blue Blur. Like that's just like low tier garbage ass naming. I fucking hated those names. While we're on the subject of DC shitty names, apparently Arrowverse is dead. Yeah, that I'll see if I can scrounge up enough information to make a video on that, but that's not the point. Anyway, so she punches the ground, giving Cameron an escape. Right, she creates a hole, giving Cameron an escape, and he escapes to go to the boat of the Red Daggers and just go off into the sunset, as it were. Now it's just thing, and here everybody, like the entire crowd outside, just comes up and they're like around Kamlan's like, we're not gonna get you, we're not gonna let you get to her. Come at us, come at us, psycho lady. She doesn't deserve a name. Anyway, they don't even say her name in the entire episode this week, so I like you can't even blame me for forgetting. But again, I'm not gonna look it up because she's a psycho lady and she doesn't deserve to have a name. Her name is now Psycho Lady. Anyway, so Psycho Lady's boss calls in. He's like, "You know what? Fall back. You have been relieved of duty. You're gonna fix this shit." Right? And so her and her little minion go off into the sunset to be reprimanded by the big boss for being a Psycho Lady and her little minion. Um, anyway, afterwards, Kamala's outside of her house on like a little terrace type thing, on like on the little terrace rooftop type thing, outside of her room. And so her dad comes in and is like, "Oh my god, this is scary." And she's like, "I can fly." He's like, "All right," and just like, and he looks at her, and he's like, "All right," and then just sits down and he explains to her where her name comes from. In Arabic, Kamala means perfect, but in Urdu, it means wonder or marvel. So Kamala's like, "Wait, I have the same name as Carol frickin' Danvers," and she's like, "I don't know who that is." Like her dad's just like, "I don't know who that is." It's like it's the woman in all the posters in your daughter's room. Like anyway, but he says that she will always be their little Miss Marvel. There's the name drop. Um, yeah, there as in him and his wife, like her parents. Um, and she hugs him and it's like, and here we go. There's the name. Anyway, now Kamala, Nakia, and Bruno. Bruno drives in with Cameron's car, and they're all like outside the school for whatever reason. They all meet at the school again, and uh, Nakia like manages to yoink Bruno's car keys because Bruno has Cameron's car now. Uh, apparently he's taken it to Caltech, which you know, or at least he wants to take it to Caltech. We don't know if the other two will let him, but considering Kamala has powers, it's a bit, you know. Anyway, we know Cameron made it safely to Pakistan. Bruno, so Nakia takes the keys from Bruno, and they're like, get in, guys. We're getting shawarma." And they drive off into the street, and you know, all is well, right? Now, 1 week later, as She just kind of falls back on her back. Kama falls back on her bed, like on her back like this, and the bangle starts glowing. She gets tossed into the closet, but out comes Carol Danvers. And it's like, wait, uh, and she's like, oh no 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 no. Carol's like, oh no 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 no, and then it was a nice cameo at the end of the series. Miss Marvel will be back in the Marvels. That's and that's the episode. Oh jeez, it took 15 minutes to talk about it. Yikes. That's a big episode then. Um that's the episode. That's the series as well. There it's being folded into the movies and we'll see it when we see it. Do I wish it had more episodes? Yes. Do I wish there's a second season? Yes. Um am I satisfied with where it ended? Yeah, very much so. It had a rocky start, but WandaVision also had a rocky start. I would say Loki is still better. Uh, because Loki had like a what was the other series? Oh, Moon Knight. Moon Knight is also up there. I'd say they're about the same. Miss Marvel and WandaVision are about the same. Uh, which we all know it pains me to say anything with Scarlet Witch in it is not the best of the best, but uh, what can you do? It's not a miss. It's actually a great show. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of it down in the comment section down below. The series, the episode, all the things. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright. Long ass video.